Can you imagine what it would be like to live in a city, a town, or a village where there wasn't several churches? I mean, most of us, we've grown up in places where there's like maybe even churches on almost every corner. Well, in an unreached people group, there is today places where not only are there very few believers, but there's no church buildings at all. And we're seeing that change through this Reach initiative. In 2017, we came together with Rhema Nigeria, Ames, and CLUB1040, and we did an activation and mobilization towards adoption of unreached people groups. And here, these number of years later, there's been more than 1,000. This number of years later, there's been more than 1,000 people who have been trained in Nigeria, in predominantly Muslim North Nigeria, to reach out to unreached people groups. And they started with indigenous prayer movements, they started with indigenous resourcing and funding, and then also fact-finding, getting on the ground and finding what the facts are and praying into strategies, and then launching out and acting on those strategies with missionary works, including planting churches. So now there's churches in some of these unreached people groups that we've been praying into, adopting and focusing on, but they don't have church buildings. They meet under trees and things like that. And this one particular group in the Bauchi people, last year there were 2 new fellowships and 2 new unreached people groups that we saw take place. And they would meet under trees, and then the rainy season came, and then they would be mocked by the people of their village. But in those 2 unreached people groups, there are now church buildings, the first church building. And what that does, it becomes a catalyst. It gives the church fellowship there, like 60, 70 people in that fellowship. And there, people are looking to them like, hey, can we make this building a school? Can we use it in other ways? Maybe we get a well dug, something like that. And it becomes like a community center, just like it would have been in, hundreds of years ago, if it was the very first church that was built in a community, maybe where you live or you're from. Well, you can be a part of that this year as well. CLUB1040 is committed to provide match funding for a first church build in a new unreached people group. There's new fellowships being planted amongst unreached peoples, and you get to be a part of providing match funding that will be matched by local Nigerian money to build a new church building. It costs about $13,000 to build a whole church building, and so we just need $6,500 to do that. Giving $1 or giving $65 or giving $650 or the whole $6,500, whatever it takes, let's get this done. God bless.